Hi everyone, my name is Paul, aka Pico, and I run dubtechnoblog.com. So a little bit of history about Dub Techno Blog. It was set up about 9 years ago now, and it was purely set up to promote dub techno music because there wasn't really too much on the internet to promote this genre of music. We've also got Drift Deeper Recordings, which is a net label that I set up to again promote dub techno. Most of the releases are aimed at kind of dub techno, dub house, dub ambient styles. And we've also got the Drift Deeper YouTube channel. So that is kind of our presence on YouTube. And again, that is mostly to promote Creative Commons releases because accounts get shut down a bit too easily on YouTube by uploading commercial releases. So we stick to kind of mixes, the favourite mixes of kind of like the month that we find we also upload to YouTube, and also it's kind of the home of all of our weekly shows, which I'll kind of get onto next. So the weekly shows are pretty much weekly shows. I try to do them every single week. Sometimes I might miss one due to kind of being stuck in traffic or having too much work to do. But that is pretty much to keep everyone up to date with the latest and newest dub techno releases. So there is so much good music that gets released every single week, and there wasn't really any type of show or anything that I felt kept listeners and fans of dub techno music up to date. And I know that as a fan myself, I would have really liked it to have had a weekly show that played the latest releases and stuff that's forthcoming. And it wasn't, so I started doing it myself. It's become very, very popular, and that is kind of also another thing that we want the Patreon campaign to take forward. So as you can see, this is kind of my desk. I don't have space for decks, a mixer. I actually sold it all because I'm kind of in a small flat now and I can't actually fit all of that equipment in here. So what we want to do is we want to kind of bring back all of the vinyl side of dub techno that we did used to play when we had vinyl decks and a mixer, but I don't anymore. So part of the money from Patreon will go towards saving up and getting a record deck, so that then I can purchase vinyl and I can play them on the show. So that is one thing, because there is a huge amount of dub techno vinyl only releases that are released, and you just don't have a chance of playing them. You don't really hear them a lot in podcast mixes because a lot of people don't have access to record players anymore. You know, they're more digital DJs, which is fair enough. I am kind of in between love and hate of vinyl only releases. I do wish that all of the amazing vinyl only releases would eventually get released on digital, but they don't. It's fair enough, the labels want to do that. But yeah, it does severely limit the stuff that we can play on the shows. And I really do want these shows to be kind of, the go-to source of dub techno. If you want to hear what's new and what is, the latest in dub techno music, you listen to my show. And I can only play half of it. I can only play kind of the promos that I get sent, and also the digital releases that I purchase. So the vinyl side of dub techno is kind of what I want this Patreon campaign to eventually help me achieve, to start playing more vinyl stuff, because it is really, really amazing. Also with the shows, I spend a lot of money out of my own pocket buying the music, which is fair enough. I've bought music for many, many years. I will continue to do so. And it just helps out. I mean, I probably spend close to 200 euros every single month buying music. So it does add up. As someone who is a full-time student, and I also work to try and make ends meet, it's a cost that is sometimes hard to justify, every single month, and that is kind of where I would appreciate some help in just very small donations, which do make a big difference. You know, a $1 donation will allow me to purchase a tune. And it's not only me purchasing a tune, but it's also me then giving that money to the artist or the label, which helps support them. So it's kind of indirectly, you're helping the music scene. You're not just helping me buy music. You're not just helping me increase my the amount of money that I make. So hopefully that's kind of, you can understand that. So we've got the shows, and we've also got the vinyl side of the shows, and also, you know, just kind of helping out with running the blog. I would like to hire a virtual assistant just to kind of handle the postings and the submissions and the emails, because that literally eats up, I would probably say, 10 hours every single week. And again, when I've got uni work, I've also got actual real work to do, and then everything outside of that, actually living a life, it does sometimes get a little bit hectic. And it's unfortunate because people don't get replies. Sometimes people send me stuff, I just never get a chance to listen to it, or they'll send me a reminder in like a few months' time and say, hey, did you check this out? And I would have completely missed it. So that's a bit annoying, and I would like more consistent content on the blog. I would like it to be like the shows. I would like it to be the go-to source for dub techno, which I think it probably is, but I do think that the content could be more up to date, and I would also like to get, I've been saying it for years, more editorial content, which is stuff like more in-depth reviews, more interviews, you know, video documentaries would be something I'd really love to do, especially with kind of dub techno artists. This is kind of all just, you know, stuff that I've had on my to-do list with the blog for ages. I've never really got round to it, and it's purely because, honestly, what I do at the moment takes up a huge amount of my week, and to embark on something like that, like making, doing an interview, or doing a video interview even, or writing an in-depth review about something, or maybe writing kind of more editorial stuff. Honestly, it's just too long for me to do by myself. So yeah, that money will kind of help me justify the time that I put into the blog. So that's pretty much it. That's really what I want the money to go towards. It will be to help support the artists and the labels with the amount of music that I buy for the shows. I also would like to obviously improve the content across the YouTube channel, across the blog, and obviously improve the music that we play. And what else is there? There was something else. I can't really think of anything else, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who does support. And even though I always say that it's us or we, but it's just me. This is literally a one-man show. There is no other people doing all of this. There's no one kind of doing the blog post, doing the shows, uploading it. It's all done by me. So even though I word it as we sometimes, I'm kind of talking about the collective of the dub techno community, because when I say we, without the artists, without the labels even releasing this stuff, I wouldn't have a blog, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel to upload stuff. So that's kind of what I mean. And that is pretty much it. So thank you very much for checking out this video. It's probably gone on for too long. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has already pledged on the Patreon page. It really does mean a lot. And any of you who are thinking about doing it, hopefully you've watched this video and you will maybe decide to donate. So, the pledges, that was it. So the pledges, what we have, right, so you can start off with $1 and you will get access to the weekly shows in WAV format or FLAC. It would basically be uncompressed. So it does sound a lot better in my opinion. Some people say you can't really tell the difference, but I personally think that you can. So you get access to the uncompressed files every single week. Also, we will be doing some free releases just for Patreon users, which will be getting some tracks that we can give to the people who pledge. Then you've got various different stages. I think it goes up to like $20. $30, you'll become part of the vinyl club. And basically any vinyl that I buy, those people who donate to the vinyl club pledge, which I think is $30 per month, I will basically give away the vinyl once I've played it. Because I personally have no room to store vinyl. I will play the tracks a few times on the show to promote them, and then that's pretty much it. I will be giving them to the people who have pledged the vinyl collectors. So it's going to be kind of like a vinyl club, whereas I will purchase it and then I will distribute it, and hopefully that obviously makes it much more worthwhile. And then we've got the top pledge, which I think is like $50, and that's basically, you know, the ultimate support that you could give me, and in return I will promote whatever it is you have, as long as it's related to dub techno. I will promote it across the blog, which gets like 4,000 visitors every single month. I've got the Facebook page, which has I think over 7,000 fans now. Twitter, SoundCloud. You know, if it's a track, if it's a release, I'll happily play it on the show as well. So yeah, you know, it's a pretty good promotion package, and also you'll kind of be supporting the Dub Techno blog and Drift Deeper platform as well. So hopefully that has covered everything. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to pledge or not, but thank you very much for watching, and peace out.